if you've never had an accident before, what happens is you have an accident, you're trying to determine what you need to do, who to call next, what the next steps are. So usually call the police and get the police involved if you can, so there's a record of what happened. They won't come if it's on public property usually, and sometimes you don't want to call the police, but we encourage people to do that just so they can assign blame if possible. Then the next thing I advise somebody to do is call the insurance company immediately that's going to be responsible for fixing your car, because that claims process can take a while. And then of course bring it into a body shop and let us write an estimate. We'll take an initial look at the car and write everything that we can see without actually disassembling the vehicle, and come up with an initial estimate so that we can start communication with the insurance company, we can get you scheduled in, we can order parts, do that kind of thing. People often get confused because they don't know where to go, or they go get multiple estimates thinking they need to spend 2 or 3 days doing that, and that's really not necessary. Most insurance companies don't require it, and it is always your choice to have the vehicle repaired where you would like it repaired. So really, it's more important to figure out where you want it repaired, go there and start that relationship as you get a claim going. Often people get confused and think they have to call their insurance company to start a claim when somebody else hit them, and then call the other person's insurance and get multiple insurance companies involved, which doesn't really have to happen. Some people want to use their own insurance so they can get a claim going right away, and they're okay with paying the deductible and then let them fight it out. But many customers don't have a $1,000 deductible, or don't want to spend that money, so it's wisest to immediately get a hold of the insurance company that's responsible for the accident. Whoever hit you, get a hold of theirs. That's one of the biggest stumbling blocks we see, is confusion about who to call and what to do. Another stumbling block or problem in the process is what vehicle to drive when your car's in for a repair. A big hit can take weeks and weeks to fix, and you have to get multiple parts. It's a lot of welding, a lot of repair, a lot of things that go into it, plus painting the vehicle. So people, if they have a spare vehicle, that's not a big issue, but if you don't, if that's your only vehicle, that's a problem. If somebody else hits you and their insurance company is paying to repair the vehicle, they should provide a vehicle at no charge to you, so you have something to drive while your car's in the shop. But if you're using your insurance, you may have rental coverage built into your insurance plan, or you may not. You have to figure that out, and if you don't, then you need to be prepared for a rental car. It doesn't cost very much at all to add rental coverage to your full coverage insurance, but many people don't know that at all, and most people think their full coverage insurance automatically includes a rental car, and it does not. So that's something to think about ahead of time. 85 to 90% of our business is collision related. There are some people that want to paint a fender that's got chipped, that's not collision related, or want to put a new spoiler on, or tint their windows, or do something like that, but most of our business is collision related. We have a reputation for fixing them well, guaranteeing our work, working with integrity, and that's what keeps people coming here when they've had a wreck. So when you have us write an estimate for your car, we communicate with the insurance company, we can email the photos, we take care of all of that. Customers sometimes feel like they've got to take their own photos or fax an estimate somewhere or take it, but we can do all of that for you, and we do that day to day. He does that 7 hours a day, is communicate with insurance companies and send that kind of stuff up. Another thing that COVID has changed that in our industry, multiple insurance companies are just laying off layers of inside adjusters and appraisers that they're not hiring back, because they've went to having to do it from their home, do it off-site and do it online, and they're not going back. So that's going to be more and more common. It's going to be, in the next year or two, more and more rare to see an actual adjuster come out and look at the car. It just won't happen. They'll send you to a shop they want you to work with, or have you select a shop, and then they'll have to work through that. Or more commonly, what will happen is they'll have you download an app, and you take 4 or 5, 6, 7 photos of your car, and they'll have somebody write the estimate off of those photos, and then send you the check and send you the estimate. And if it's your insurance company and your direct deposit, where you just directly pay them out of the account, they'll direct deposit that check into your account. which you need to be aware of, because we have customers that are not aware that money's hitting their account and don't really watch that account and then spend that money. Some people are concerned about the photo apps that insurance companies use, thinking that they're trying to cheat them. And it's true that using that app, you won't have as thorough an estimate as if Cameron or I walked around your vehicle. You won't. But we really find it's not a method to cheat customers. It's just they think they're making it easier for the customer and making the claim go away and move down the line. So if you are asked to use that app and get those photos and send it to them, don't be scared of it. If you feel like you'd rather not mess with it, come to us. We'll take your camera and we'll do the whole thing. We'll do everything they were going to ask you to do for you. And then we'll get that going. But don't feel like they're necessarily trying to cheat you. That's just where business is going, especially after COVID. They think it's easier. They don't have to pay somebody to come out and look at your car. They think it's easier for you. And a lot of 20-year-olds, that's cool. A lot of people, I can't use Starbucks probably, but a lot of people use an app to order coffee and then walk into the coffee shop and just pick it up and go. They don't even talk to anybody. A lot of young people, that's the way they do things. That's what insurance companies are trying to make available for you. So if you are in an accident and they ask you to do that, feel free to go ahead and do that. Feel free to come by and have us do it for you. Just we need that documentation, and then we'll repair it and we'll disassemble the car and find everything they missed, because they will miss things, and we'll make a thorough repair and we'll get them to pay for everything they should.